Israel is 60 years old, so young and so advanced. A small nation of 7 million citizens becomes a leader almost overnight, in the field of security, in the field of technology, in the field of startup business, in the field of medicine. In an attempt to analyze the secret to Israel's rapid development, several factors inevitably arise. Of them all, one is standing out. That is, mankind. And what shapes mankind is the environment. We at the Council for a Beautiful Israel understood this already over 40 years ago when we began our pioneering activity dedicated to the preservation of the beautiful scenery and the safety of the environment. In the late 1960s, CBI, the Council for a Beautiful Israel, was the first to introduce environmental values in Israel. We conducted resolute efforts to curb environmental blights and advanced original environmental laws. Over the years, CBI's vision was determined to foster environmental awareness by education and activities in the field. How is this being done? Education, the central and most important aim of the Council for a Beautiful Israel. Over the past 20 years, CBI has been operating an extensive educational enterprise whose role is to educate the population at large about current environmental issues. Israel's Ministry of Education has selected CBI's environmental study programs to be included in the official curriculum for the nationwide formal education system. CBI's educational programs are geared to all ages. CBI's prestigious matriculation program, IROTOP, is in great demand. The Council for a Beautiful Israel has become the primary campaigning body in Israel in all that pertains to the environment. It has taken upon itself to advance an environmental agenda in Israel, to expose dramatic processes that endanger our existence, to explain sustainability for the benefit of our children, to illuminate our ecological footprint, to direct waste back to nature and to this production lines, to influence urban planning to safeguard the open spaces, to promote awareness about the water crisis, and to perpetuate Israel's greenery. Vice President Al Gore's climate project is the most well-known environmental project in the world. For this vital initiative, Al Gore was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Al Gore selected the Council for a Beautiful Israel to operate, on his behalf, the climate project in Israel. Today, organizations are busy identifying their impact on the environment and acting on minimizing it. Chief among these is the IDF, Israel Defense Forces, who selected the Council for a Beautiful Israel exclusively to aid in promoting environmental awareness to all its units and to instruct soldiers and officers throughout its forces. Every year, the Council holds competitions that strengthen environmental awareness to preserve the country's natural beauty, as well as directing planning and activities towards aesthetic standards. These competitions are held among Israel's industry, municipalities, hospitals, IDF bases, senior citizens' residences, hotels, and more. The Council for a Beautiful Israel's annual David Azrieli Award for Urban Planning supports projects that contribute to the urban fabric and to the quality of life in the city. CBI's Yakir and Magshim Awards are conferred annually by the President of the State of Israel upon a person or organization that have established significant contributions for the benefit of the country. Whole sectors among Israel's population are lagging far behind in their approach to the environment. As such, CBI's branches have been established in close proximity to those sectors, offering environmental programs and activities in their towns. CBI initiates landscape projects amidst Israel's residential communities. Over the years, it has established more than 100 projects, primarily parks and gardens, across the country. And we are still going strong. These projects are all generously funded by donors. The Council for a Beautiful Israel has found a way to enlist the environment to service those in need of psychological and mental rehabilitation. It has pioneered, in Israel, the Therapeutic Greenhouses Project. These are specially designed units in which gardening serves as an integral part of the overall occupational therapy process towards rehabilitation. Thanks to CBI, to date, dozens of these units are operational throughout Israel, and thousands of exciting success stories have been recorded. Indeed, much is being done here, along numerous tracks. However, it is not enough. We cannot stop. Not even for a moment. We must forge on, because the challenge remains immense. After all, everything begins with education. and we need to reach every student, every citizen, in every corner of Israel. All this requires substantial resources and funding. These we receive through the generous support of our dedicated friends in Israel and around the world, friends without whom we simply could not carry out our mission. Thanks to their warm hearts and caring attitude, we are realizing dreams. And the big dream is to create a safe and quality environment for the future.